Okay, this video is going to show you how to set up your homework passage for today. So let's read the instructions. Justin has become a big fan of city living. He wrote this paper to convince others that urban life has some important advantages. As you read Justin's paper, look for any revisions he needs to make. Answer the questions that follow. So if we're looking for revisions, we know that this is a revision passage. So they are going to be asking us questions about arms. Okay? Make sure you copy your strategies. So the first thing we do in a revision passage is go to the questions. So let's go to the questions. It starts with question 6. Justin wants to improve his introduction. Okay? So that's the first part. We know that the introduction is the first paragraph. How can he rewrite sentence 6 to provide more detail and imagery? These are your key words: detail and imagery. We want to look for the answer choice that has detail and imagery. And we know that imagery helps us paint a picture in my mind. So let's look at some of our choices. I told my parents in every way I could think of that the city simply wasn't the place for me. Does that show any imagery? The traffic, the busyness, and the noises of the city would be nothing compared with a beautiful, amazing, lovely countryside. Well, these words, beautiful, amazing, and lovely, are adjectives, but I'm wondering if it paints a picture in my mind. Without fields to roam, horses to ride, and streams to fish, what could the city possibly have to offer? So here we have fields to roam, horses to ride, and streams to fish. Did these things paint a picture in my mind and give detail? The city wasn't going to be the great place to live that the country had always been. So which one of these has the most imagery and detail? That's what we're looking for. Okay? So let's go back and highlight sentence 6. Okay, question 7. What is the best revision to make in sentence 13? So, if we're looking for the best revision to make in sentence 13, we're looking at punctuation, and we're looking at patterns, and we want to make sure that we immediately eliminate any IC, comma IC. That's called a comma splice. Okay. A. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed and straight to the park from a bike path. B. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed, and then a bike path that takes me straight to the park is there. C. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed, comma, I can follow a bike path that takes me straight to the park. D. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed and then follow a bike path that takes me straight to the park. After you read the passage, you're going to want to find out which one of these makes the most sense. But let's look at C. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed. That's an IC. Here's my comma. I can then follow a bike path that takes me straight to the park. That's another IC. IC, comma, IC. I can already eliminate one. That's a comma splice. Okay, let's look at question 8. Justin would like to add the following sentence to the fourth paragraph, which is sentences 10 through 16. Where is the best place to insert this sentence? At the beginning of the paragraph, after sentence 10, 11, or this sentence is not relevant. This means it doesn't belong. Okay? So here's the strategy. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. So let's go find this paragraph, 10 through 16. So it wants to know, should it go here? At the beginning? Should it go after sentence 11? Or should it go after sentence 10? Or does it not belong? So what I'm going to do here is, since this is a short sentence, I'm going to write it out. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. Okay, so I'm going to read it where in each one of these spaces. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. First, urban life is convenient. When I want a book, it's a short walk to the library. Okay, that's before sentence 10. After sentence 10. First, urban life is convenient. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. When I want a book, it's a short walk to the library. A few more blocks take me to the market and to my favorite ice cream shop. Or, first, urban life is convenient. When I want a book, it's a short walk to the library. It seems that everything I need is just minutes away. A few more blocks take me to the market and to my favorite ice cream shop. You have to figure out where in the sentence, or in the paragraph, does this detail belong. Okay? Question 9. Justin would like to tell more about the idea he expressed in sentence 21. Which sentence could best follow and support sentence 21? So we want to make sure that this supports sentence 21. Here is your strategy. Read sentence 21. Ask yourself, what is it about? Then you're going to choose the answer that adds support for 21, but does not just repeat. Okay. Let's go back and read sentence 21. Sentence 21 says, the commercial district near our apartment offers restaurants featuring foods from around the world. So this is about foods from around the world. So I'm going to write foods from around the world. Okay. A says, the restaurants offer a variety of foods from so many different places around the globe. Does that add support, or does it just repeat the same thing? There are people from every country in the world who live near me now. Is sentence 21 about people? China, Japan, Korea, and Thailand are thousands of miles away from the world I know. One day I can eat a gyro, a type of Greek sandwich, and the next I can enjoy pho, a Vietnamese noodle soup. Which one of these supports the fact that there is food in the world? Number 10. Justin can improve the clarity of sentence 22 by changing it to. Remember, anytime you see the word clarity, they're usually looking for a pronoun to change. Well, they've already given you the pronoun, so now we got to figure out what is it talking about. So let's go to sentence 22. Although my apartment home is smaller than the country house, it has expanded in many ways. So we're wondering, what is it? And for this one, we have to maybe read a couple of sentences before. We might even need to read the whole paragraph. Speaking of friends, a city's large population means there are plenty of people to get to know. In fact, I've made interesting friends of all ages and types. In my opinion, this diversity is the greatest thing a city has to offer. Our neighborhood, for example, is composed of people from various ethnic backgrounds and with different lifestyles. The commercial district near our apartment offers restaurants featuring foods from around the world. Although my new apartment home is smaller than the country house, it has expanded in new ways. So we're wondering, what has expanded? What has expanded? Has the house expanded, my world, the yard, or the food? What has expanded? And finally, number 11. Justin has used a poor choice of words in sentence 24. He should change stuff, because in our essays we never want to use the word stuff. We want to be more specific. So let's see in sentence 24 what stuff is talking about. City life, however, offers other stuff. Okay? So, granted, I've missed my weekend horseback rides and the freedom to roam the meadows and hills. City life, however, offers other stuff. I can see Major League Baseball games, go to a science museum, or visit the zoo. So, what is stuff? Is it rituals, items, opportunities, or places? If you don't know what one of these words means, you can use the dictionary to look it up. But we're looking for, what is a better word for stuff? Okay. Now, you're going to go back and read the passage. Actually, if you would like for me to read the passage for you, continue listening to the video. But if you're confident in your strategies and you're going to read the passage on your own, then you can pause and move on to answer the questions. Give me the city life. We're moving where? No way. That was my first reaction when my parents announced we were selling our farm and moving to the city. I had lived in the country my entire life. I wasn't interested in urban traffic, crowded sidewalks, or air pollution. The city wouldn't have any of the cool things the country had to offer. Despite my protests, our family soon moved into a small apartment inside a box-shaped building. And to my surprise, that move was one of the best things that has ever happened to me. The big city has proved to be a wonderful place to live. First, urban life is convenient. When I want a book, it's a short walk to the library. A few more blocks take me to the market and to my favorite ice cream shop. I can walk to the bike store to get a tire fixed, and then a bike path that takes me straight to the park. City life gives me access to basketball courts and baseball diamonds. While country living brought long school bus rides each day, I can now walk or bike to school in minutes. And Since I don't have to hop right on the bus at the end of the school day, I can participate in after-school activities or shoot hoops with my friends on the basketball court. Speaking of friends, a city's large population means there are plenty of people to get to know. In fact, I've made interesting friends of all ages and types. In my opinion, this diversity is the greatest thing a city has to offer. Our neighborhood, for example, is composed of people from various ethnic backgrounds with different lifestyles. The commercial district near our apartment offers restaurants featuring foods from around the world. Although my apartment home is smaller than the country house, it has expanded in new ways. Granted, I've missed my weekend horseback rides and the freedom to roam the meadows and hills. City life, however, offers other stuff. I can see Major League Baseball games, go to a science museum, or visit the zoo. I had expected urban life to limit my freedom, but it actually enhanced it. I've learned to navigate the city by bus, which has given me independence and access to new experiences. My parents have found more varied job opportunities in the city, and I've found more variety in my own life. Although I never expected to come to this conclusion, I can now say that the city is the best place to live. Now you're going to go and answer the questions and enter them into this form.